The internet is one of the most powerful tools that humans have ever created. And at the heart of that is social media. Because social media it's a tool that has reshaped the way that we create, communicate, as well as grow. It's changed the way that we learn. I mean, it's a platform that allows me and everyone to share their passions and their ideas with the entire world. It's something that this YouTube channel has taught me is in a matter of seconds, my message can reach somebody on the other side of the globe. But social media, it's not something that just keeps your interest or keeps you in touch. It could also be seen as a launch pad for opportunity. We can use it to learn and grow a business. We can create communities of like-minded people. And of course, we can use it to make money. It offers each one of us an unprecedented platform to share our life's experiences and our passions. And it allows us the opportunity to create the lives that we want to live. But as we all know, it's not all positive, because social media still has a dark side of negativity. And that dark side can show up, and that negativity can show up in ways like comparison, manipulation, and wasted time. So today I want to take a look at both sides of this powerful tool that we all have at our fingertips, because I want to show, or I want to demonstrate how this tool can be used to build the life of your dreams, or how it can be used nefariously to destroy and prevent the life of your dreams. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad. The thing about social media is the incredible reach that we all have. And right now, sitting wherever it is that you are, you have the opportunity to communicate and connect with millions of people around the world. So just think about how revolutionary that is for a minute. When I was a kid, if we wanted to communicate with somebody outside, or hell, my early 20s, early to mid 20s, if we wanted to communicate with somebody that was outside of our city and make a phone call, we either had to pay an exuberant amount for long distance, or we actually had to go buy a calling card. So just a few decades ago, reaching a global audience required having some serious resources that virtually nobody had. And now it's available to everybody with a smartphone. You could be in a small town or a big city. And with the invention of social media, those limitations, they simply don't exist anymore. And with just a few clicks, you can put your idea, your passion, and your personality out to the world. We all have something meaningful to share. And when you share those meaningful ideas, now people actually have an avenue. They have a way to find those ideas and a way to find you, because you're able to put that out for the entire world. Every single creator, entrepreneur, or artist you see started from zero. None of us had any following whatsoever. We've all had to work to build our audience by sharing something that's unique and authentic. And we're able to build that reach over time through consistency and our creativity. I mean, this is a platform, when it's used effectively, it gives us a chance to impact and create lasting impressions. One of the greatest things about social media is our access to knowledge. You can learn practically anything just by jumping on YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, some of these courses that people are selling, the online colleges. I mean, there's tutorials on everything: cooking, finance, real estate, personal development, automotive. It's an endless list of the things that we can learn. But it's not even all about, or it doesn't have to be about learning a new task or a new skill, because social media, it can offer a place to connect with others who have the same challenges, aspirations, and goals as you have. Because these communities, they can provide support, answer your questions, and help you grow your skills faster than you would ever be able to do it on your own. Social media has essentially given every single one of us the power to learn something in 15 minutes that it took another person decades to learn. And no matter where you live, or how much you make, how much money you have, or how much you can afford, there's always going to be lessons out there for you to learn from. And all you really need is the commitment and the drive to just dive into one of these communities and make use of these resources. So try to think of social media instead of in a way of just a place to go scroll and occupy your time, and start looking at it as a huge library of insight. Start looking at it as a tool that you can use to reshape your future. And of course, social media, it can feel intimidating, especially when you've decided that you want to become a creator or an entertainer, whatever it is that you have decided that you want to use social media for. And it's super easy to look at these daunting statistics about how difficult it can be to actually make it. And a perfect example is a statistic that I used in another video that I made the other day. And that's a statistic from Google that only 0.3% of all YouTube creators will ever make a livable wage from Google AdSense. 0.3%. So if you get tied up, if you get caught up in that statistic, it can leave you thinking like, why should I even bother? But if we flip that, if we turn that around and we look at the silver lining with that statistic, what is it that's stopping you from becoming that 0.3%? At one point in time, every single entrepreneur, content creator, entertainer, whatever, at one point in time, they all started from zero. And none of us ever had any track record whatsoever. But the big creators out there, the large channels, not this little one, the large creators out there, I guess even including this one, it wasn't by luck. It's happened by starting and following through with it and learning as you go. And if you're thinking about starting and you're being held back by fear and doubt, just remember that 0.3% is made up of people that are just like me and you, and people who are willing to give it a shot. And realize that somebody has to be a part of that small percentage. And why can't it be you? Why can't it be me? And like we all know, there is definitely a darker side to social media. And with all of its power to do good for the world, it also has equally as much power to do harm. One of the biggest problems that people will face is cyberbullying, because there's always going to be those people who hide behind their screens. And some of those people will even make hundreds of fake accounts so that they can constantly come back and attack you even after you've blocked them. And they only do it so that they can spread their negativity and bring people down. That negativity, if you don't have thick skin, it will begin to take its toll. I mean, even if you have thick skin, even if you are confident, enough of that nonsense, it can still eventually impact your mental health or your overall well-being. So I see it as an essential part to look at these comments and look at these people and look at it more as a reflection of these people. Because I know for certain that these people that are leaving these hateful comments and doing this cyberbullying, they're just dealing with some extremely difficult issues themselves. And they're doing everything that they can to project those feelings and those problems onto somebody else by believing that somehow it'll make them feel better as a person. But even knowing that, it doesn't necessarily make it any easier to deal with. And if you're gonna put yourself out there, you absolutely need to develop that thick skin and expect it to happen before it does, because it will. Hey bud, hello. And when that does happen, we need to be able to focus on the positive feedback. Listen to that positive, constructive criticism and just let that negative shit roll right off your back. One of the other dangers to social media is the danger of comparison and comparing yourself to others. Because oftentimes all we see is the highlight reel of what that person wants us to see. And that highlight reel, it can make us feel like we're missing out. We'll see their dream vacation or them living in their dream house, and we'll think to ourselves, why the hell can't I have that? But the honest truth is that social media only tells part of that story. You don't see the stress behind the scenes or the financial ruins that a lot of these people are experiencing. You don't see the arguments. Most people don't put out their personal or their self-doubts. They don't share the stresses that they are experiencing themselves. Because everybody online, it doesn't matter. Everybody has their own struggles and insecurities, even if they don't show it. So instead of focusing on somebody else's created life, how about you focus on your own journey? Because you are not seeing the full story, or you are not seeing the full picture of somebody else's life. So because of that, don't use that for comparison. Don't use that to measure your life's progress against theirs. Don't use it to to measure your own self-worth. Social media is designed to keep us engaged for as long as possible. And that's where that doom scrolling comes in, that habit of constantly scrolling through all of that content without any real purpose. And all of that time is wasted when it could be used to do something more meaningful and focus on creating the life that you want to live. And to avoid falling into that trap, we have to set boundaries for ourselves. So decide in advance how much time you're going to spend on social media or on each platform and stick to that. And use that social media with intention. So go on it to connect or learn or build something of value. Realize that time is our most precious asset that we'll ever have, and don't give it away to social media for free, because social media will eventually steal it. But there's also a financial side to social media. And if you are considering starting some sort of a social or developing some sort of a social media presence for the long term, you have to understand the realities of monetization. For example, relying on Google AdSense alone is not a sustainable model, because Google at any time, for any reason they feel necessary, they can pull that revenue from underneath you. So the reality is that you have to be able to make multiple streams of income and create multiple streams of income from that social media presence that you are able to develop. And because of that reason, that's why I've started an Amazon store. I'm putting it in the description. And I'm not saying to buy anything on there, unless it's something that you might be able to find value, like the books or whatever. But know and understand the true cost of everything. Understand the actual expense to everything. The reason why I'm okay putting that storefront on there, or building that storefront, is because we are all going to shop on Amazon. In fact, I have never met a person that doesn't use Amazon. I'm sure they exist, and I'm sure you're gonna tell me in the comments section that you exist. And that's fine. But the reality is anymore, all of us use Amazon, or the majority of us use Amazon. So by developing a store, I figured since people are already going to be going and purchasing things on Amazon, regardless of what I say, it's one way that can help generate revenue for this channel when you're already going to use it. Because you don't have to, even if you don't buy anything on the store, if you go through that link, it's automatically going to give me a small commission from whatever it is that you buy regardless. And by you doing that, it just helps support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything additional to what you are already going to spend. Because these content creators that are successful, they do it through their sponsors, they do it through their affiliates, and they do it through the product lines that they create. It allows people to continue to bring content and create content that you find value in. I don't think that monetizing your channel is greedy regardless. I think it's actually necessary to make this sustainable for the long term. And it's funny because people will call you a sellout, or they'll tell you that you're full of shit because they had a commercial in their YouTube, or because you monetize your channel. When those ignorant people don't understand that monetizing your channel or not, they're still going to get those commercials. Google is still going to put those commercials in front of you. And there's nothing that the content creator can do about that. The content creators can't even place the commercials where they want them. That's up to Google. If they can, I don't know how, and I don't care to. There's so many beautiful things about social media in general. We're creating something, creating a presence on social media, because anybody can find their niche. But what nobody ever talks about is the fact that they are the niche. Because what people are actually looking for is real people. People are looking for somebody that they can connect with. They're looking for people with real stories. They're looking for people that they can relate to. And it's your unique story, it's your authenticity that people are going to connect with. That authenticity is what is going to set you apart from others. And when you bring your real self to social media, people are going to be able to sense that. And they'll begin to connect with your journey, your challenges, and your triumphs. So if you're going to do this, don't worry about trying to fit into some specific mold or copying somebody else's style. There is a thing about using another style as inspiration, but that's completely different. Because if you just be yourself, the right people will find you. And I believe in this, and I believe that the success that I've experienced so far in this channel is because my main focus is providing value to everybody who cares to listen. And I don't use this platform to to vent my frustrations or my daily woes. I don't come on here to complain, because we've all had struggles. I know we've all had struggles, and that includes myself. But what I'm here to do is share my struggles, but then offer the solutions to those struggles. I want to be able to give you the tools to build that life of your dream, the tools that it requires to overcome those challenges, because people seem to be coming here to look for answers and perspective and encouragement, which is exactly what I'm here to give. Because I want this channel to be a place of empowerment, a place where you can learn and grow and become inspired to take action in your own life. Just realize that social media has an absolutely immense power, both positive and negative. It can be a tool for encouragement, learning, and growth, but it can also lead to comparison, negativity, and wasted time. The key here is to use this tool intentionally, to harness the actual power and the strength that this tool has, and the ability to reach others and learn from diverse situations so that you can create something meaningful. Stay away from those pitfalls, the negativity and the comparison, especially that wasted time. By using social media wisely, you can turn that into a tool that works for you and not against you. So let's use this tool for growth, good, and positive impact. So if you made it this far, do me a favor and go in the impact, So if you made it this far, do me a favor and go down to the comments section and write that word impact. Let's find that positive impact that this tool can have on our lives, instead of using or allowing this tool to impact us negatively. Because no matter what, how or what social media or what you use internet for, there will be an impact. But ultimately, it is up to you to decide what that impact is going to be. I want to thank you guys for showing up. I'm extremely grateful for all those super thanks that you guys keep giving me. I'm thankful for all of you that have actually found and used that link for the Amazon store in the video description. I'm grateful for all of the gratitude that you guys are giving me. I'm grateful for all of your generosity and the kindness that you're demonstrating. And that's all I got for today, guys. I want to thank you for showing up. I hope you're showing up for yourselves, and I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.